Morning, guys. I just wanted to pop on here real quick, make a short video and kind of go over a topic that I've been arguing for the last couple of days here with a friend of mine out in Alberta. He doesn't believe, and so does a lot of other people, they don't believe that Trudeau could convince our military to essentially put us all down like rabid dogs. Not in 2022. People that think, the best of our military and our police, I don't discourage that at all. They are, and have in the past protected us from whatever in all countries. At the same time, if you don't believe that it can happen right now, after all of the officers and people in militaries that have supported the oppression of the local citizens of their country with their government to this point, you're not a big fan of history is what I'm thinking. Adolf Hitler convinced his people and the army to do exactly the same thing, and in other countries to this day, even here in Canada, they're convincing their military or police to do exactly that. And when it comes to actually putting us down in the streets with firing squads, just like the Black Sunday that happened in Ireland, if you don't believe that can happen again today, you're a complete moron, I'm afraid. That will definitely happen again. We have seen that our glorious supreme liberal leader Justin Trudeau has now essentially just faking COVID again, that he's actually infected now to run off and isolate. I mean, we did hear a rumor that he was actually in Tofino, which is where we go surfing and, to have little vacations over here in BC. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But, yeah, if you think that, another Black Sunday can't happen, or another Bloody Sunday, sorry, Bloody Sunday, you're crazy. You're crazy, man. There's no help for you. That has happened literally throughout history. We've seen it happen right now. We have police that are going around and arresting, preachers and politicians that go against the Liberal government and their mandates and their oppression of the people. They have no problem with it, and in this day and age, it's being televised all the time. Everybody is a reporter of news with the phones that they have. These things don't get hidden, and they're not trying to hide it. I don't know what else to tell you, but if you think that they won't, or it won't come down to that, all you have to do is push them hard enough. Right now, Trudeau's running off, hoping that everybody will leave within, 2 weeks out of Ottawa, and then it'll just go back to normal. Nothing will change. The mandates will still roll out, and if nobody stays there to keep the pressure on, essentially, nothing happens. All you have to do is ignore this shit, right? And unless they push through a vote of no confidence, which should have happened long ago, because really it's our only political way to essentially get him out of office. It won't really matter, because somebody else is dying to step in and take his role over. He gets to still walk away scot-free. If he was pushed out of office, and somebody like fucking Aaron O'Toole got in, I mean, that guy's a traitor to his country as well. Pretty much everybody that is in our government right now is a traitor. So they'll just take over. It's just a different face and a different name who will be informing our police or military or, health and law enforcers, whatever the heck those people were that went out and shut down people's businesses and gave them fines. It'll just be a new face. And they'll keep it up. It's why I also state that our law enforcement, when it comes to being a part of the problem, they're just like our media. I mean, our mainstream media is the enemy. The police and the military that are working for these governments are our enemy. Unless, of course, they actually do all stand up and say, we're out. Which they won't. Most of them are quite content with, putting a foot on your neck. They have no problems doing that. So, before I start going on and rambling about everything, I mean, just take a look at history. My buddy there, someday he might realize it, but until it happens, a lot of people, even though he doesn't support the liberal government, he doesn't support mandates or vaccines or the COVID conspiracy, the plandemic, he doesn't support that shit. He still doesn't believe that it could escalate to where the citizens are being gunned down in the street or locked up in a gulag. You're just not seeing the big picture. We have these camps built. The liberal government has these camps built. They have the police on board to do essentially their bidding right now and arrest people in the streets. They generally never go to where their congregation is to arrest our ministers, but they generally try to get them on like the highways and stuff, which they have. Arthur Pawlowski, he's a prime example. He's been arrested like 3 or 4 times, and they have no problem. If they're going to go this far, they'll have no problem going to the next step. They really won't. There will be enough to support them. So who knows? Let's say our truckers stay in Ottawa for a month, 2 months, 5 months. I mean, if Trudeau said, hey, it's time to use the military to push them out, clear up the streets, have the trucks all towed out, and anybody that puts up a resistance, put them down, you know it'll happen. We've seen it before. And a lot of it is not that old. So hats are off to the next Bloody Sunday that comes. And we'll talk to you guys later.